Right, guys. So the videos that follow will cover the feedback for the paper one mock that you've completed this week. See, it goes through it in a little bit of detail. The videos also contain some exercises and things to maybe to practice over the weekend. But I just wanted to summarise what I think the key points are in this opening presentation. So, in terms of section A, over the weekend, past paper questions are definitely the way to go. You'll notice that in one of the videos that I post, there's a checklist for section A, which gives you the key topics that you need to revise. I would definitely sort of make sure you kind of have had a run through that checklist and then use it to kind of map up to past exam questions, which obviously you can find in the Teams channel. The other big part of section A is on your definitions, and for that there's the Quizlet link, which I'll republish, which has quite an extensive set of definitions. I can't promise you that it has every single thing in that you're going to need for Monday, but it should have hopefully the vast majority. The last thing on section A, if you're going to do any practice of trace tables over the weekend, make sure it's a Turing machine trace table. We can't guarantee it, but it's very possible that you might get one to do in Monday's exam, so definitely worth practicing. For section B, again, you'll see in the section B feedback video, I've also included 2 more past paper questions. Some of you might have seen them before if you've been sort of doing past paper practice and finding questions independently. But yeah, if you haven't, I'd definitely recommend you practice those. They should only take 20 minutes if you're sort of doing it according to exam times, but it would just help keep you sharp going into Monday's test. So maybe one tomorrow and one on Sunday, or even keep one back for Monday morning to practice, just to make sure in tip-top condition. And then for section C, look at the practice questions that I've just uploaded, and go over your OOP theory, inheritance, aggregation, composition, polymorphism, all that lot. Make sure you know those definitions. Yeah, do watch the code walkthrough as well, which I'll provide a link through for Dastan. If you've not seen that yet, it's a really good 20-minute video covering the theory behind the Dastan code. And then I'll probably say section D is the lowest priority, because you can't predict it. You don't know what's going to come up. You don't know what they're going to ask you to do and include in Dastan. So, but if you are to do some work there, maybe finishing off the exercises that were on the exam paper would be good, and spending some time working through any remaining exercises. But yeah, there's only so much you can do for that. I think as long as you're happy with the key aspects of how Dastan works and how the game works and how the pieces move and the scoring system works and so on, that's about as much as you can do. Okay, so obviously, hopefully I'll see you Monday morning. If you want to use my room at any point Monday morning, you can do in the run up to the exam. It's free from 9 o'clock, so just drop in and grab a computer, and you can use that as a bit of a study area and ask any last final questions. And then obviously in the exam itself, just want to remind you really about the time management aspect of it, and making sure you don't get hung up. Very easy to get hung up on particular questions in computer science, like a trace table or like a tricky section B question. So you need to make sure that in that 2 hours and 30 minutes, you've managed to get all the marks you possibly can do on every question. And yeah, at a certain point with section B, if it's not working, I would just park it and go and get your marks on the rest of section C and section D, and come back to it if you have time. But if you're making more progress in other areas, that's going to be sort of better than being stuck on a single question. So just be conscious of that. Make sure you're using your time effectively. Final thing would be just around making sure at the end of the exam, very carefully, you go through and check your EAD and make sure the documents are exactly in the order that you expect them to be in, and that the screenshots and everything are clear. Okay, so if I don't see you before the exam, good luck, and yeah, do what you can this weekend to put yourself in the best place possible for Monday. And yeah, the last message that I will give you is just around, if you guys find something difficult in this exam, I can guarantee that everyone in other colleges and centres will also be finding it difficult. So you know what that equals in terms of grade boundaries and things. So don't panic if there is something that is tricky, because I guarantee it will not just be you that finds it tricky. Okay, ta-ra.